Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Xbox On. It's a brand new month, which means there's a load more games for you to get your hands on with Games with Gold. So let's check out what they are this month.
3, 2, 1.
The words cooperative cooking simulator aren't usually associated with the word fun. And when I think about all the fun things surrounding cooking, I'm usually mostly focused on the endpoint experience, aka the delicious food I get to eat at the end of all the work. Now imagine the scene. You're in a kitchen, you're making onion soup, you're chopping onions and carefully placing them into pans until the delicious smell arises and you're ready to serve. Except that perfect onion you placed on the side in preparation has just vanished off down the kitchen in the paws of a cheeky mouse. And your co-worker has just bumped into you and sent you flying, and oh no, your beautiful soup is burning and now half the kitchen is on fire and someone accidentally threw the fire extinguisher into the trash earlier. Oops. Now, if this sounds at all appealing, I can wholeheartedly recommend the chaotic craziness that is Overcooked. You and up to 3 other budding chefs can all work together to make or break your cooking career, with the Onion King watching your every move. The game is centered around a classic level progression system, where you move from one timed level to the next while trying to achieve a perfect 3-star rating. The levels are all very imaginative, each one having their own design and difficulties to keep you on your toes. Jumping between moving trucks to deliver ingredients and slip sliding on ice probably breaks some workplace guidelines somewhere, but I won't tell if you don't. One of the many charms about this game is the fact it's a couch co-op experience, something you really don't get too often these days. Up to 4 of you sat together creating a mess and yelling at each other while the poor customers look on. Without careful teamwork, you'll soon realise that too many cooks spoil the broth can definitely be a literal term. It's sort of a weird chef-based fever dream where the Onion King is watching over you in the skies like the terrifying chef dad you never asked for, and you're running after a 4-legged fiend who's scarpering off with that last set of chopped tomatoes you just prepared. It's easy to pick up, and with practice, you can master even the trickiest of kitchens. Play with friends or family and cook your way to success. Chop chop!
Now, if there's a game that I really feel deserved a remake, then it surely is Stuntman Ignition. For those of you who may not have heard of this game, you take the role of an up-and-coming stunt driver in the movie business, where you'll work on multiple film sets such as Aftershock, which is a movie about a giant volcanic eruption. You'll find yourself doing different scenes with various vehicles, whether that's a motorbike, a car, or later on in the game, even a truck with a giant missile attached to the back. The game is all about completing different stunts, as well as making sure you hit all the key director stunts during a scene, along with trying to maintain your score chain so you can get the highest rating possible. You'll have to avoid oncoming traffic, drive through burning buildings, complete some massive jumps, and smash through a whole range of different objects, from billboards to support beams, every single one feeling more epic than the last. As you progress through the game, you'll unlock odd jobs, which are a little bit different to the traditional career mode, as you can make 5 mistakes during career mode during a scene before you'll fail and have to reshoot and start again. However, in odd jobs, which are scenes such as TV adverts, a single failure will force a restart, so it can be a little bit harder to complete and get that 5-star rating. There are also a few other game modes in the game, as well as career mode, including Multi-Clash, which is the game's multiplayer, Constructor, where you can build your own stunt courses, and Quick Fix for some fun directed and freestyle scenes. This is a game you'll absolutely love and is very different to other racing games out there. It's an Xbox 360 title available on Xbox One thanks to back compat, but I still hope that one day, the game will be remade. Just remember to avoid the lava and try not to hit any of the cameramen.
You may not have heard of Viktor Bran, but you may find yourself intrigued by this game based on the premise, much as I was. If you're a fan of isometric top-down games like Diablo 3, but you want more of a story to follow, this action-adventure RPG will be one to check out. You play as the title namesake Viktor Bran, a demon hunter in a land of magic and science who travels to a city to help rid it of its demon infestation. You jump, roll, and fight your way through various levels spanning the districts of Zagarabia, with the jump mechanic being of particular interest, as it's atypical of games of this type and it's vital for completing certain sections of the game. Interestingly, there is no class system. It's an RPG featuring the title character, Viktor, and only Viktor all the way through. You can customize aspects of Viktor. For example, there are multiple weapons to choose from, each with their own main attack, and then 2 abilities, included with their own cooldowns and resource pools. You can also have a secondary weapon and can switch between the 2 if you want something a bit more ranged or explodey, for example, on the side. If this isn't enough, you can also have 2 powers equipped and 2 consumables to round out your arsenal. Your outfits also affect your gameplay, with certain outfits giving specific gameplay advantages, like adding armor or helping you generate extra resource points, and you can switch these out mid-level if you desire. This gives you a lot of freedom. You have no skills or classes to invest into and level up, so you can spend a while playing with one weapon set and then switching to another with no real detriment to your gameplay or experience. Awesome for those indecisive among us. I see you, the person who spends an hour googling class specs before going through the character selection. Less thinky, more shooty, more story. The game also features a transmute system where you collect Destiny cards and combine 3 of the same rarity to produce 1 of a better rarity. You start with a limited number of Destiny slots in which to equip the cards, but as you level you gain more slots. The greater the rarity of the card, the more Destiny points you'll need in order to successfully equip the card. And again, as you level, your points cap is also increased. There are a great variety of cards that can affect everything from weapon damage, removing status effects, increasing roll range, and many more. You can play solo or grab a friend and play together in the local 2-player co-op mode. Definitely one to check out if you're into demon hunting, gothic steampunk, and magic-y fun times.
Whatever haunts this cursed city, I will face to find my friend.
Bald man with a barcode on the back of his head? No, not our beloved Graham, but the return of Agent 47 in the Xbox 360 classic, Hitman Blood Money. Though it came out over 10 years ago, it is still the Hitman formula that we know and love today at its very best. Hitman Blood Money isn't just any old game, it's a trip down memory lane for Hitman fans, but is also a game that still stands up today and offers a far more intimate and well thought out experience compared to the latest release, which is scaled up massively to give us a lot more freedom and choice. But because the levels are much smaller in Blood Money, it feels like every item and NPC has been strategically placed to help give you the best possible experience. Yes, you're still going to knock players out and hide them away in boxes and sometimes try and take the non-stealthy approach, which, being honest, doesn't tend to always work out that way. If you've played the latest Hitman, you'll love Blood Money, though we'll notice the game isn't as fluid and intuitive, but that doesn't mean it still doesn't make for a great gaming experience. Now, no, there isn't an option to instantly knock someone out, but instead you'll have to take someone as a human shield first before hitting them in the back of the head with the butt of your gun. But there are so many incredible levels that are completely different from one another, from the setting to the way you're going to approach those assassinations. But this is a game that I would recommend trying out, even if it's just to see how far Hitman has progressed, and I do know that Blood Money has been a lot of gamers' favourite Hitman game in the franchise, so give it a go.
Off the record, Jack. You're not serious.
You have no idea how serious.
So those are the 4 games you could be playing for free this month with Xbox Live Gold. If you've enjoyed the video, please feel free to chop that like button, leave us a comment below, and subscribe. Hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye!